that's like one thing I do like commend you for too is that since the day I met you and like everything up till now, you've always had something running, regardless if it was like your own show, the Street Scholars to the Homegirl Fox, but even like your own like side shit as well too. You know what I'm saying? Like you've always
Yeah.
like been interacting with others, and you've always like
Yeah.
kept some kind of a some kind of a balloon up in the air to make sure you're seen.
Relevant.
Mm-hmm. And so
Yeah. It's a game of that, dude. It's a game of that. Whatever doesn't work out, a lot of people, when one thing doesn't work out, they just they take it as the most epic fail of all time. And that's really not. I don't think that's how it works. Like I've gotten so used to failure that like it doesn't really bother me to fail anymore. Like it literally just feels like, okay, well then what am I gonna do next?
shit, I've been getting used to that since I was a kid, getting turned down by a girl all the time. It ain't shit to me
See,
now. You know
and
what
you know
I'm saying?
what? Believe it or not, shoot, your girl used to get turned down by boys all the time.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's like you go through different periods of your life being turned down for different things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've been shut down. I've been shut down, rejected, neglected. Anything to do with like nope, all the no's. I've had all the no's, all the put downs. You know, but I don't know. I think they light me up sometimes. When you listen to the
Yeah.
greats, you'll hear the greats have failed. The greats weren't picked right away. The greats were told no. Michael Jordan didn't make one of his teams. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they've all been through it. So it's just up to you to decide your factors of, or what are you gonna just stop?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
I could just stop and work at Trader Joe's and be fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's interesting, man, because you know what? Like, I really believe, like, shit, like, you always wonder, like, why things don't go your way, like, growing up, and then after a while, you kind of just get used to it, and then eventually, like, you find your way through it, like, it's like a whole game of Tetris afterwards. You just find,
Right.
you find where you
Right.
fit, you know what I'm saying? And
Right.
whatever
And
doesn't work,
creating that next one is what will help you.
mm-hmm.
Recreate once I build something else, I'm way over this shit. Where that's the past.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work out.
Yeah.
Like I didn't make it on Power 106. That didn't work out. Okay. Like I didn't make it in Arizona 98.3. Like I didn't make it. That's in the past. Like it doesn't matter anymore. As long as I'm doing something, I'm working towards something. And to be truthful, all I wanted really was to be myself. And creating my own platform is doing that for me.
Absolutely. I mean, did you ever go to school
There's like
first?
a bunch of little cats.
Just right now. I just thought it was like a door or something.
Yeah, there's like baby cats in here. My bad.
No, don't even trip. So, I mean, like, did you ever go to school for any of this? Like, to, like, learn, like, this craft?
No,
Shit, okay.
no, I didn't. I wish I did. Like
Mm.
right after high school, I graduated in 2006, and you're good, boo. I graduated in 2006, and for me, I wanted to go be a street teamer right away. I was like, oh, as soon as I graduate, I can go be on the street team, Power 106, blah, blah, blah. And it just didn't work out for me, and I didn't have those cards dealt. Like, I didn't have a car. I didn't have someone to get me to Burbank. It was like I couldn't do it. In reality, I really couldn't make it happen. Or maybe I just feared, because I probably could have, I probably could have. There probably could have been a type of way to get there. But I had the excuses of, like, having to work a lot, having to make sure, like, my family's cool, and not having a car. It was, like, a big one, because I barely get a ride to work.
Shit.
So I had to hold off on that. And I thought of broadcasting school, and I always looked it up, always looked into it. But it never came. I had to make money to help my family more than go jump into my dreams in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I used to help my family more. I think about them more than myself at one point. You go through phases of that too, where, like, what you're paying attention to is really taking all of you, and you're not following your shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I've also had to detach a lot from my family for those reasons as well.
Yeah. I mean, it happens sometimes, especially when, like, people, like, feel they can depend on you to do anything, even if it means dropping whatever you have to do.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
you
But
know,
that's not how chasing your dream goes.
Exactly.
Chasing your dream is all, like, sacrifice. It sucks.
Yeah.
It's not always. It's not ever like, oh, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
No, succeeding, creating your own, executing, all those things feel amazing. The adrenaline rush, the greatness of that, the growth. But there's a lot of the sacrificing that comes with it, and it's not always cool. Sometimes it's family, and sometimes it's your love life,
Mm-hmm.
or it's that job that you make perfect money at, but you're not happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I used to tell people like they always like told me like, oh, like, do you want to be famous or like you want to be like a millionaire? I'm like, nah, not really. I mean, I just kind of just want to make a living off like something that I'm cool with. Like, it's just happy money. It ain't. I'd rather make like less than 100K just doing what I want besides having the 100K and like hating every single day. So
for sure. That's why that's what I'm saying. It's like it's real easy to say something, but like to live like that, like you're not really living if you're not living your purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know this actor's name, but the Asian dude from The Hangover.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Mr. Chow.
Mm-hmm.
He was a doctor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I forgot about that.
He was a doctor, and he's just like, I don't. What did he become a doctor for? Like to turn around and like become such a like great comedian actor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like that fulfilled his purpose rather than like what he really like went to school for and like put all that time and effort in.
Yeah, and that's why like I believe those that like go to school and like they don't know what they're doing. It's like it's fine maybe but you can also like don't hesitate to just to take a break and then just feel everything out, just see how you feel about everything. And
yeah, I mean, everyone should jump into different experiences for sure.
So that's why, but he went, to school, became a doctor, great, but he also had this passion of acting too, and just like went through and like tried it out, and then see where it went. I mean,
I'm very I'm very cruel to my shit. Like I've said it so many times because I feel like too especially financially, like. You get older and you want to be financially like legit.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to depend on nobody. You don't have to none of that shit. And that's like the only like downfall for me when it comes to certain things is that part of like I'm not there yet to make that those ends meet. You know what I mean? That little part. That's like the torn. Like you're torn between your dream and what you survive off of.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It definitely is, but it's like Evidence said in one of his songs where he's like, if man, I fucked the lyric up already, but it's like basically saying, if
fuck up an Evidence lyric.
Shit, sometimes it happens. Sometimes it's because like you want to make sure you get it right, so that's why I'm just stating right now. I fucked up, but where he goes,
no, it's all good. I'm fucking with you.
No. It's like if it's easy, if it's worth it, it ain't easy because easy ain't usually
100.
worth it. You know what I'm saying? And
100. And I use like a really I use this thing from like when Kobe did the Muse. Did you watch the Muse documentary?
Yeah, no, I've been wanting to, but I've been like so occupied nowadays.
You need to watch that because it takes Mamba mentality to a whole different like level. Watching that made me realize that I wasn't crazy. That I wasn't like so. There's sometimes like people say this a lot. They'll be like, "I thought it was crazy, but no, this is like Kanye." People always go to that Kanye reference.
Yeah.
It's very similar because you do have to be some type of crazy to fulfill certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Just like you have to be a certain type of crazy to go on stage. You know what I mean? And perform. Like it's a certain type of crazy. And Kobe says, and I don't want to fuck it up either, but he does say, like, if he has to look at himself and say he failed, like, he'd rather die. And, like, as crazy as that sounds, especially now, I get that. Because that's me too, dude. That's me too. Like, literally, I mean, people could say I'm suicidal or whatever they could say. But it's one of those things that it's like, it eats me up so much that, like, I can have this regular job and I can try and be happy for the rest of my life. But I know 1,000% inside I would rather die. Because, like, I know what I want to do. Like, I'm not even going to try. So I would rather just try and fail a million times than to like literally look at myself and say, you failed. You don't do, you know what I mean? Like it's literally like I'd rather not live that type of life.
Absolutely.
So when it comes to surviving and that, the torn part, I choose fucking chasing it. I choose life.
Mm-hmm.
You
Definitely.
know?
Yeah, this is why I always like I tell a couple people I'm like, you know what, like I this girl Sammy Jo, she she does her own podcast and she does interviews and everything as well, and you know what, and like yeah I'm in contact with her, like I can hit her up and I know I can ask for like hey, can you check this out for
Of
me,
course.
and which I've done before, but then it's also like it's also for myself it's like the best friendliest competitor I have, you know what I mean, and it's like. It ain't no contest, but it's like okay.
No, that's smart. No, that's smart for you to think that way already.
Yeah, because it's
smart
like
for you to think that way already.
yeah, because it's like for myself, it's like I want to get to where she's at, or I want to surpass her. Because when doors open up for myself, I'm be like reaching out like immediately. Hey, I have this opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's just there's not many people that you can really do that with, and so that's one thing that like I've always like seen
There's
from
a lot
the
of
start.
gatekeepers, dude.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of gatekeepers and a lot of people when the following goes up and people are on hype mode. I mean, they shut an ear out or they shut eyes out at you. And honestly, you just don't want to fuck with them anyway. So who cares?
Pretty much.
That's what I mean, your girls. I've been into the radio stuff, whatever. But like when I first started coming around, like as a young buck, I was already talking all big. Like, I've seen CC, Mamacita back in the day, and Yesy back in the day, and just like I told Tattoo, you're gonna see me. I told Charisma one day, I introduced myself to her, I saw her on stage, and I said, yo, Charisma, I said, you're gonna see me again one day. Like, I did it to all of them. You're gonna see me one day. Like, just that. Just to let them know. Yeah, like, they're pumping it up, they got you, like, yeah, I'm gonna see you. They think cool, like this young girl, like looks up to me, blah blah blah. I'm 32 years old now today, and like Charisma is the one who really like fucks with me.
Yeah.
And she's not even a radio personality. Well, she's getting into it now way more than ever, but she's not like official, just a personality.
Yeah, man.
Like you would think some of those women would have been like, oh, cool, she wants to do what I'm doing, like. I could help her, or I could, say something, or any of that.
Mm-hmm.
I've reached out to even, like, Ricky Martinez, and I'm a name dropper because I don't give a fuck.
Oh,
but
shit.
It is what it is. You got it on your interview, so good for you. But the thing is that, like, we're supposed to, it would be better if we did help each other. Because either way, we're not in the same lane, dude.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So what is it gonna hurt that I give you a piece of advice? We're not in the same lane.
The way I look at it,
I'm running my own marathon.
Mm-hmm. Like that's the thing. It's like you have to be tunnel vision with this shit. I used to always look about like what's the next person doing. That was my biggest issue for like since I've known you. I've always been like, dang, like what's this person like? Like he's moving forward or she's moving forward all the time, and I'm still here. And I like it would be like my other shit I had going on too at the time. But it's like now, especially with this whole like quarantine shit going on, it's like there's no reason to look at anybody. You know what I mean? So the only thing you can do is just try to build your platform and see where it goes.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And
it.
It's because of you though.
There's
No
too
shit.
much comparison anyway on social media, so don't even make it harder on yourself through what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but because of your podcast that you just launched, that's one thing that kicked my ass into gear. Because I'm like, bro, like she just fucking started this shit up, and like what's stopping you from doing the same shit? Although you fucking worked your ass off to fucking work your way up to these platforms such as like Spotify, Apple Music, because that ain't cheap. So you reached out for your own sponsors.
I got really blessed that week, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I got really blessed that week because people were just hitting me really hard, and once they get to a certain number, they're just like those doors open,
Mm-hmm.
But like shit, I got super lucky.
Yeah, definitely.
I got super lucky. That was built though, dude. That was built. Look at me. Like I told you from day one, like that day one that I told you with Tattoo, I was like a broken young little girl, and then even doing my own show, like all that effort that